Hi, I'm Toby. I'm in your biology class, and for my final project I've decided to do mine on mutualism. Mutualism is defined as a relationship between two organisms in which both of them benefit from each other. There is an evolution of mutualism given by many different scientists, believing that the relationship evolved from a negative association with two organisms, so like predator-prey or parasitism. Basically, the organisms in the negative impact situation had either two options: to escape from it or to adjust and adapt to it, so making the relationship between the two of them either beneficial or tolerable. There are many different examples. This is a turtle with some fish. The fish in this situation clean the turtle, so the turtle in this situation is able to stay clean and healthy, and the fish are able to get food. The next is clownfish and anemone. The clownfish use it as a form of protection and as safety or a place to hide. And the clownfish actually protect the anemone from different organisms that prey on them. One example out in Africa is between the woodpecker and the zebra. In this situation, the woodpecker lands on the zebra and eats the different ticks, parasites that live on top of or around the zebra, and the zebra gets pest control from this, so they get to stay clean, healthy, and don't have to worry about infections and stuff like that. And the neat thing about this one is that the woodpecker, if they sense danger, they'll fly straight upwards, making a scream/warning sound. So the zebra is able to take that and assess the situation for their own safety. Not all mutualism is done between two animals. In this situation, the classic bee and flower. The bee flies from flower to flower collecting nectar. In this sense, the bee is collecting food, which benefits the bee. And when the bee lands on the first flower, it collects nectar in their hairy bodies, and then they fly to the next flower and release the first plant's pollen. This leads to pollination and reproduction between different plants. So in this situation, the bee is able to get food, and the flowers are able to reproduce. Then we even ourselves have a form of mutualism. There's a bacteria that lives in ours and many different animals' intestines. So us humans, we eat many different kinds of food. We can't always digest all the food that we eat. So there's bacteria that live in our intestines that dissolve and partially break down the food. So the bacteria are able to get food for themselves, and they break down the food enough so that our intestines are able to break it down and gather food for ourselves. So there are examples that us ourselves are in a mutualistic relationship. And then in conclusion, there are many different forms of mutualism out there, ones that we can and cannot see, and there's thousands out there. Mutualism has been around for many generations, and I'm sure there will be new mutualistic relationships in the future that adapt from different organisms being in close proximity. Thank you for your time, and this is my presentation.